Welcome back to MainStation. So today we are going to talk crypto, and for the first time of my videos I will also include another cryptocurrency, except Bitcoin. This is going to be Ethereum. So going to be nice. Well, what's happening on Bitcoin? So we are getting very tight. We are getting pretty tight. If we look at the 4 hour, we now have a nice equilibrium. It has not formed, and this is actually quite important to mention, on the 4 hour, it has not formed directly after creating a higher low and then see an equilibrium with higher lows and lower highs, because it has first made a lower low, another lower low, and then seen an equilibrium. So we are actually in a downtrend, in my opinion, on the 4 hour, and not anymore in this bull move. We have now seen correction after a bear move, and this would be, in my opinion, actually an indication that we see further downside and maybe break this equilibrium bearish. Yet on the daily time frame, this is not really the case. You could very well argue on a daily that this is our low, and we are now seeing higher lows and lower highs and higher lows. So on the daily, it's a bit more bullish on Bitcoin. If we see this head and shoulders play out, I don't really know. I actually think not. I think this wedging pattern, this equilibrium, is much more important than this head and shoulders. If we break up into the upside, then this head and shoulders can very well get important again. But for me, at least for now, I don't think it's the most important pattern we should look at. We are getting tight. If we break either 3,924 or around 4,000, around 4,000, I would look for a position. We would have a little wiggle room, about 5% to our latest high on this move. So not too much either. You can maybe enter a little bit of a position. Of course, this is just educational advice and not financial advice as usual. And I would only advise you, if you want to trade, that you trade on paper trading and learn this stuff slow. I haven't made a trade in a few days actually, and actually maybe I think this whole week I maybe did 1 or 2 trades, or I think 1 trade and 1 that hasn't been filled. This was this trade on Apple I did. So stay on the sidelines, man. There's no rush, and if you really want to trade, then you have to look at many different markets, because money moves in cycles, and money isn't everywhere. Money is not in every financial asset at the same time, in same amounts. So, and for example, in Bitcoin, compared to our last bear market, we have very much more high volume. So, but compared to our bull move in late 2017, it's not really a big comparison, or it's not a comparison. So, that's Bitcoin. But what actually is quite interesting is Ethereum, and for a trader, this would be actually a better opportunity. You see this on the daily. If you look on the hourly or on 4 hour, it would be actually a bit better. So we've seen an equilibrium move after a high, and seen nice support on the 4 hour 100. moving average, and it is now broken bullish. We have now a double top, or actually a triple top, but we hold very nicely on the 12 and 26 moving average. So this is actually quite bullish. We are also we are full bullish on the 4-hour time frame on Ethereum. So this is also quite nice. We don't have much space until 162, 163. If we move above 164, then this is most likely going to break resistance and also move beyond 172 and see. Or well, this is interesting. We have very nice resistance here. I didn't look at this actually. So this could very well be a cluster of resistance. But if we break this, then if you go to the daily, then we most likely will look at around 193-ish, 190 about to see some resistance. This 100-day can also become important. In my opinion, I don't really like the 100. I just have it included in case it will get important. In my opinion, it hasn't been really. So quite interesting. If you want to trade this, you want to enter like above these highs, or a bit above these highs, maybe a little under if you want to risk, or if you don't want to miss the opportunity. So actually a bit more interesting at least. And the bull move, of course, of Ethereum has been much more drastic, like almost 100%. So pretty nice. If you bought it down here, congrats, of course, to everyone who did. Yet what's also important is that on a daily time frame, on this bull move, we haven't seen the most bull volume. Like, look at this candle right here. This is nothing. We have seen the least volume actually on the last candle, or on the first candle of this bull move, and we've seen the most volume on the top of this bull move. So this is not nice, in my opinion. You usually want to see if you have some sort of trend change, that you want to have the highest volume on the bottom, and it doesn't have to be the least volume on the top, but you want to have the highest volume on the bottom and not the highest volume on the top. So since you see this big wick, this is just selling. And maybe if we look at the 15-minute, yeah, it has been this. So well, it doesn't really say much, so forget this. But if you look like at bigger time frames, we are also now hitting trend line, or our trend line on Ethereum. I haven't included this yet. We have multiple trend lines, and this is something I will most likely will talk about too. Something I've seen now happening more often and more often. So like we hit now this resistance, and are like, you could say we're in this channel, maybe like that. It's not really, yeah, it's okay, but you want to look at this resistance maybe getting broken. If it does, then it would indicate that we move around above here and see continuation, or after that see consolidation. And yeah, if you'd ask me if I'd like to trade it, well, I don't know actually. I'm not too fond of trading Ethereum right now. We have already seen our bull move, and this could just be a relief rally until we see further downside, and maybe stay in this channel, maybe even create another channel to the downside. And yeah, so not the best opportunity for me. Yeah, that's our cryptos for today. And if you should ask me if this would break, or when this is going to break, in my opinion, not on a weekend. Many people say stuff like, crypto sees lower volume on weekends, and or since most traders are actually trading in the week, or between Monday to Friday, and not on the weekends, so there are actually less traders, or less possible traders on the weekend than there are in midweek. So this is very true. Yeah. So this could indicate that we do not move until Monday, and I think we've still some very nice range in which we can trade. And if you look at this, like January 7th would be then our Monday, so might look at that for some break. Okay, well, that's it. Look at crypto. It's always very advised. Very interesting space, and on a weekly we have nice volume. Whatever. So see you guys back next time. Bye.